Wondering what the costs are of moving out? In this video, we look at all the costs related to moving and moving into your new place. That's coming right up.
Welcome to Home Buyers School, brought to you by Brookfield Residential.
Hi everyone, I'm Carl Ye, and welcome to another Home Buyer School video, a channel where you get the latest strategies, tactics, and tips from home buying experts. Now remember, if this is your first time on this channel and you want to get these latest strategies and hear from the experts, make sure to hit the subscription button below, hit the little notification bell so you don't miss anything. Today I'm joined by Nate Edwards, co-founder of Virtuo, a company that helps transitioning and moving to a new home simple and stress-free. So the question we're going to answer today is, how much does it cost to move?
Good question. There's so many more costs than just the physical move itself. So when you are moving into a new home, if you purchase a new home, there are some closing costs associated with that. So, you've got your legal fees, all of those disbursements. There's also activation fees that you're going to be paying once you start setting up your utility provider. So when you set up your water, your electricity, your gas, so you're going to have some hard costs associated with that. Legal fees, generally speaking, would be around, budget $1,500. Activation fees for utilities, that's probably going to be, another $200-300. When you're working with the Shaws of the TELUS of the world, they might have some incentives where they would waive those fees, but generally speaking, you're looking at another couple $100 there. Packing materials and boxes and supplies, you can easily spend $250 to ensure you're adequately prepared for move day. And then, whether you're hiring a moving company or you're renting a truck rental can be, a couple $100 as well. And a moving company, it's time and materials, but, I would say a full day move could cost you, $1,200 to $1,500 as well for movers. So it really is all those added little costs that add up.
And remember, if you're trying to move out on a budget, watch our video on moving out on the cheap. So when we talk about moving companies, because probably that'd be the easiest way to make sure all this, but it's obviously probably the most expensive.
Definitely. Easiest as far as kind of stress and really kind of valuing your time. A moving company will help you. They can help you pack everything the day before you need to be out. They'll help you move out. They'll help you unpack everything. So it's cost benefit. So what's your time worth versus how much money are you willing to spend?
And is there any other costs? So let's say you do hire a moving company. Are there additional costs that you think you might still need?
Yeah, I think for the most part, one thing that you need to look for when you are hiring a moving company is, they might have some ancillary surcharges, might be a fuel surcharge, it might be wrapped into their hourly rate. But one thing you should definitely consider is actual moving insurance. So, what happens if something goes wrong? You purchase your vehicle insurance. I've never been in an accident before, but I've contributed tens of thousands of dollars to the insurance industry. Of
course,
but if something does happen, I know I'm adequately protected. The exact same thing holds true when you're working with a moving company. If you purchase the insurance, if something happens to your big screen TV or, if something more catastrophic happened where, that moving truck ended up driving off a bridge and everything was decimated, then you'd be fully protected. So, moving insurance could be, a couple to a few $100s.
Do you take out moving insurance just if you're hiring a moving company? Or can you take it out if you're planning to move yourself?
Good question. So, a moving company will offer, added value protection. If you are moving yourself, check with your insurance underwriter or your home insurance underwriter. They do have programs, but for the most part, a lot of those home policies or renter policies, they really protect your assets inside your home, not really during that transition process. But we have been surprised. We have seen a few insurance companies that will actually provide that protection during the actual move itself. So check it out.
So we've talked about, I think, legal fees that you have to cover for your move, your closing costs, right? We talked about potentially hiring moving companies and maybe even if you're going to do it yourself, probably a truck. Is there anything in terms of actually moving in to your new home?
Yeah, so there is going to be new things. When you purchase a new home, generally speaking, you're going to be, having to set yourself up in that new home. So, whether it's a wall bracket for your flat screen TV that you're going to be mounting, you might not have a shed. You have to think about, okay, well, now that I have a backyard, I have to start caring for my lawn. So I'm going to need a lawnmower, I'm going to need a weed whacker, I'm going to start needing gardening tools. So once you actually transition to that new home, it isn't just the moving costs, it's now really lifestyle costs that you have to consider.
Yeah, because I never really thought about that when you think about moving, it's just moving from one place to the next, but what happens next? Are there moving companies that actually will help you? Not just for me, I remember when I hired a moving company, from one location to the next, they just dropped off the boxes. Are there moving companies that actually help you unpack?
Yeah, absolutely. So, it really depends on, again, time and budget. So, there's moving companies that will go in, pack everything up for you. They'll come, they'll unpack everything, they'll fold your linens, they can put your dishes away, but you pay for it. There's also moving companies that will come drop a big box in front of your old house. You would pack it up. They'll come back, pick it up, deliver it to your new destination. Then you're ultimately responsible for unpacking it all. So it really comes down to time and budget.
Awesome. Can you think of any other costs that we didn't mention?
Yeah, your lifestyle costs, you will be going to Home Depot, you will be going to IKEA at least 5 times in that first week. So, have a few $100s reserved for that. And yeah, you're gonna also want to top up your fridge. You're gonna need new cleaning supplies. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff, especially if you're moving out of your parents' house for your very first time. Just getting your pantry set up and getting your fridge set up, and those little things really start to add up.
Perfect. Anything else?
I think we're good.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Make sure to watch our other moving videos in the description below, and we'll catch you next time.
That's another edition of Homebuyer School. Tune in next time for more expert tips and tricks. And visit homebuyersschool.ca to bring you one step closer to finding your dream home. As with everything, it would be great if you like and share our videos. Also, please let us know if you have any home buying questions you want us to answer.